Let's talk about what's been happening with Disney and their critical race theory, which they were hailing for a long time, saying that it's going to be helping bring out awareness and having an anti-racism narrative, which is basically the same thing they're trying to preach against. You see from the quotation marks. And recently, it seems to be that Disney has just removed their anti-racism training or critical race theory kind of bullshit they want to give out, and it seems to be like this. After a whistleblower had documented to exposing this nonsense, and it's really something to hail about. Let's read this down. Following the revelations about its anti-racism training, Disney has removed all related documents from the internal website, as the Daily Wire reported. A Disney insider leaked the training documents to journalist Christopher Rufo, revealing that the corporation expects employees to take ownership and educating themselves about the structural anti-black racism as a part of the diversity inclusion program titled Reimagine Tomorrow. The training also asks the staffers to reject the idea of quality, which strives to ensure the equal treatment and access opportunities in favor of equity, which demands equal outcomes. Expressly disencouraged by the program are all phrases such like "all lives matter," "I don't see color," debating the questioning of black colleagues and lived experience. And Rufo said that the employees he spoke told them that Reimagine Tomorrow program has become deeply politicized and engulfed parts of the company in a racial conflict. You don't say. Rufo also took this story to Fox News, saying that at Tucker Carlson tonight, "I think it should be very clear that Disney makes its money on middle Americans who go to their theme parks and buy their content, and those people should know that this corporation, it hates you. It hates your culture, and it hates the color of your skin," adding, "I think Americans should reject its kinds of politics and reject the companies that are pushing it." Disney was clearly embarrassed by the proliferations of negative press that followed, and quickly released a statement covering that in previous Daily Wire story, accusing of Russo misleading the documents. They always say that. They say it's just they saying that it's all not right, it's all going bad, and saying that, you can't say, white lives matter. You can't say, "I don't see color," because it doesn't help their narrative. And these internal documents are being deliberately distorted as a reflection of the company policy, when in fact their purpose was allowed to diversity of thought and discussion on the incredible complex and challenging issues of race and discrimination that we as a society and companies nationwide are facing towards white people. Oh no, towards black people. Are you not going to talk about maybe the rise in Asian hate crime? No? Oh, it's going to be black. Oh, well, you have organizations like BLM trashing America. Well, you have people like Angela Merkel, Oprah Winfrey, Whoopi Goldberg saying how oppressed they are, yet they have billions upon billions of dollars. And private security, how oppressed you were. The Disney brand has a long history of inclusivity and the stories that reflect acceptance and tolerance and celebrate people's differences, as we have consistently demonstrated in such popular films such as Moana, Coco, Black Panther, Soul, Raya and the Last Dragon, and the global entertainment company that we are committed into continuing stories that reflect the rich diversity of the human experience. What about Mulan? You're not talking about that. Oh yeah, it was. What was it? What happened? Oh yeah, it was filmed right next to a concentration camp in Xinjiang, where the Uyghurs are being held, and having their genitals cut off, having their, well, basically their whole culture just wiped out by the Chinese communist. Rufo dismissed the studio's defense as ridiculous. I pushed direct quotations on contextual screenshots and original sources, documents in their entirety. He also challenged Disney executive leadership team, made up exclusively of white men, to check up their privileges. Otherwise, Rufo said, they're fake anti-racist, using buzzwords to deflect attention from their moral transgressions. Rufo talks appearance and have some effect as a day after, insisting Rufo has mischaracterized its anti-racist program. Disney removed the training and related all the documents and its portal. Disney went from making defense statements and nuking their critical race theory program in less than 24 hours. Oh. And this is kind of really is a good thing, because a lot of people are starting to point out the bullshit that's happening with Disney. And a lot more people are, whether it be in the Gina Carano situation, whether it be in the Uyghur camps, Mulan being filmed there, and Disney is like, oh, we don't mind there, it's a cultural difference, And we do see a lot more, and just not from Disney, but we do see a lot more people are saying no to this critical race theory. When we had Trump last year saying we're not going to have this in our schools, and now with the current regime right now pushing out this narrative and pushing on our schools. And a lot of parents, there are some notable groups like a lot of school board members in Virginia are rejecting this nonsense, not only the mask mandates, but also dismantling this whole critical race theory bullshit. I do think there is some good in this. We gotta take the small victories. We gotta demolish this whole bullshit that has been happening. And sincerely, that I do think there is some good out of this, despite what we're going through. But I do think that this really had to say something. They hate you. Disney hates you. And for that, don't buy their products. Don't buy their Disney Plus. I'm all about going on and buying Blu-rays and buying DVDs. And if it weren't, and I don't pay for my Disney Plus. It's my mother. But if I own it, I would have just gotten rid of it. I wouldn't want it even before what was happening now. But it's going to bite them in the ass, and it's going to hurt them. And I do think there is some good in this. And we got to keep going. We got to expose this bullshit. And we're going to fight on. That's what we're going to do. Alright. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more, click on that like button. Click on the subscribe button. And also, why don't you click on that bell? It helps out the channel. So, we'll see you guys in the next time. Peace.